Any young aspiring actors, comedians who might be listening to this interview and saying, well, gee, I'd like to do some of the things that John has done, what might you give in by way of advice? I mean, you've been able to do it. Like it or not, you've become a role model for a lot of young people. I mean, when I talk about doing an interview like this and I tell them who you are, and they go, really? You're going to get to meet him? And these people are flipping. No, they don't.
Leguizamo.
Well, it took me a while to get the last name right, but I got it right. But I'm serious. People, kids, whoever, they do look up to you. And they listen to whatever it is you have to say, you know, like it or not, in order to kind of set an example for their own lives. So that's why I ask you a question like this, because coming from you, it's going to be a little more authoritative or influential than something I might say.
I don't consider myself a role model, maybe a pioneer at the most. But I mean, the thing I say to kids who want to do comedy or stuff or want to be actors, the thing is just to study as hard as you can and to do it because you love the art of it, not the business of it. Not thinking you're going to be a big star, all that stuff. Put that out of your head because...
Too many think that they're going to get into there and just start making money all over.
I know so many friends who get into this business because they want to be on the cover of magazines, because they want to be driven in limousines. That's bullshit. That's not what you get into for it, because you'll be burnt, because you're not going to get the rewards you want at the time. If you go into it because you love to act and you have something to say, that's going to keep you going for the rest of your life, and then success will come to you. The opportunity's there, and you gotta go for it.
Talking about opportunities, you probably have had the opportunity to do things that others have done on the other side of the tracks. Maybe you go to a party and they're passing something out, or maybe you've been offered this or that. How do you keep from doing those type of things? Once you've become established, once you're making money, there are things there that weren't there before. And I'm talking about the wrong side now. How do you stay away from that?
It's not too hard, man, because I mean, I went through my period of trying some stuff, and it didn't do much for me, you know. And I drank for a little while, but I mean, it's not that hard. I don't like it that much, you know. I don't need it. So when I go to a party and people offer me certain stuff, it's just like it's easy for me to say no. It's not a struggle, you know. I'm not going, oh, please take away that. Oh, please no. So it's like, you know, get out of my face. I don't want it. That's all. It's not difficult.
You know why I bring it up? Because again, we got a young listening audience. And a lot of the younger people, they sit there and say, well, they asked me to do it. They tell me I have to do it. If I wanted to be cool, I got to do it. And I ask you a question like that because obviously it's nothing you have to do.
No, you don't have to do it. I mean, if I did that stuff, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. Because it burns you out. And you think you're being creative and stuff, but you're not. You're just getting sloppy. And, you know, Eddie Murphy doesn't do drugs. You know, he doesn't even smoke. And he's one of the biggest stars we have in this country, in the world.
He probably won't get married because he's going to lose half his stuff.
That's right, but he'll have a prenuptial, which you'll be smart to have on yourself.
So, John Leguizamo, will you be getting married soon? Marriage is so cool, isn't it?
You married?
No.
Well, you talking like you had experience or something.
Well, see, if Sonia hears this, then maybe she'll accept my proposal. If we get back together.
Well, I wish you the best, man. Bring her here. Let me talk to her. Yo, what's wrong with you, woman? He's a good man. He works hard. Look at that. He's got a talent. Yeah, I'm going to get married December 31st, 1992.
Are you serious about that?
Yeah. I've been engaged for about a year and a half.
And this is not going to wreck your schedule of going out and flying and performing and everything else?
Nah, I'm here, right? I'm doing my stuff now. We're still engaged.
You're engaged?
Yeah.
See, when you're married, that could change.
No, I don't think so.
Where are you going now?
Nah, she used to ask me that before we even got engaged, so it stopped. We've been together for 5 years, man. You get used to each other's quirks and things, and lifestyles.
Well, I hope so. I'm going to let you get back to your meal. I don't recognize this meal. I'll tell you what. Oh, I thought it was turkey.
Atún.
And?
Ensalada. Habichuela.
Well, I'm going to let you eat. Thanks for your time. This is the neat thing about doing radio because you actually get to hang with and talk to John Leguizamo bites his sandwich.
No, it's fun. Thanks a lot for having me. It's been great. Come over anytime.
That's what I used to tell my girlfriend.
Make sure you come to see Spic O Rama.
Briar Street Theater, 3133 North Halstead. How difficult is it being a Hispanic and trying to break into the field of not only comedy but in the field of acting? Again, there are stereotypes in both areas, really.
Well, it depends what level you're going for, what you're trying to do, because any Latin person can go to a comedy club and do 5 minutes, and if your stuff is good, you're gonna do good. There's no closed doors there, you know. It's only when you want to do like be in movies that are comedies, and when you want to do TV and stuff like that, that's when the problem starts to happen, because it's only certain roles for us. You know, I get offered like tons of gang members, drug dealers. Then when I get older, I'll be playing like drug lords and janitors. You know, I'll graduate to do stuff like that.
It's like the only stuff you could have done, let's say 5 years ago, was something like maybe Miami Vice or something.
Miami Vice.
Did you?
Did 3 episodes. I was Calderon Jr., Mafia Cocaine Prince, come to revenge his father's death.
Wow, see, so now we got to look for Miami Vice. We got to look for Boys in the Hood.
No, Boys in the Hood. Hanging with the homeboys, man. And Mama Mouth on video. And Spic O Rama right now.
Talk about Spic O Rama. Immediately, people look at it. Well, how come he called it Spic O Rama? Why?
Well, because when I was growing up in New York and I was a little kid and I was playing, I mean, there were like 3 Latin families in our neighborhood when we first moved in. And we were playing with these little Irish white kids, and we got into like an argument or something, and the first thing they did was yell, "You Spic, you ugly Spic, get the fuck out of our neighborhood, blah, 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 blah." And it was like, and you go, oh shit, that's cold, man. You don't know how to react to that. You want to punch him and beat him up, and then later on you don't hang out the same. It just stops the whole relationship, you know, because they bring race into it. And it's, Spic was a real hard word, especially in the 50s.
That's like calling a black person the other word.
Right, the N-word.
Even though you've already said the F word and the SH word, we can't say the N word. This is radio.
All right, I would say the N-word, but I'll let you say that. But anyway, so I mean, it's just a nasty, evil word. And I know a lot of my friends would just get into a fight. Somebody said that they'll kill somebody because they call them that. And I just thought.
Well, you figured there was going to be a reaction to the show because of the title of the show.
There's some people that don't come to see it because they think it's something really horrible and offensive. And I was supposed to be on Fox TV, was going to come and review the show, excuse me. And they stopped it because of the title. They didn't come see it because of the title.
So since Fox wasn't able to review it, why don't we review it here? When I go Saturday night, or whenever I end up going to Spic O Rama, yeah, I will, but tell me what to expect now. From what I've read in the papers, you are acting out different members of the family?
Yeah, it's a Latin family, half Colombian, half Puerto Rican, duh. And it's all takes place during a wedding, and I play the father, the mother, and the 4 sons.
Is it like what we saw on HBO with the set changes and the costume changes and everything else?
Same, just bigger and better. New improved, Leguizamo.
When you did this thing for HBO, you did it in New York, didn't you?
What?
When you did this thing for HBO, this was a New York club?
Yeah, it was American Place Theater. This time we're going to shoot it in L.A.
So for the next one, you're doing it in L.A. Will you be putting Spic O Rama on video? So that could save me some money and I don't have to go now.
You won't see the same show?
I know. No, I do plan on going. I'll officially apologize over the air for not going yet. But, you know, John, the relationship's been on the rocks and it's hard to find dates now. And safe dates.
Safe dates.
And you know what?
Canker sores or cough and sneeze in your face.
No, you know what's cool, though? Because if you look at the Mambo Mouth video, there is a message there. You got condomized.
That's right.
So John Leguizamo actually...
Safe comedy there.
Exactly. So there was social commentary there telling you to condomize yourself. That is so cool.
It is true. Now, do you practice that in your own personal life?
Yeah. You know, when it...
Girl, anyway, all your life.
Exactly, just the one.
So, I mean, you know her history and she knows yours.
Now, what's your personal philosophy when it comes to women? Can you, like, hang out with just, like, one person and not have to float around?
Well, yeah.
No, you know, because people ridicule me. How come you've only had one girlfriend?
I'm not ridiculing you, man. I think that's great.
No, not you. People. You're not a person.
People go, I'm a beast. No, I've been with the same girl for 5 years now. The same woman. Although we fought and broke up and I saw other people, then we get back together and blah, blah, blah.
So there. hasn't really been difficult for you to establish yourself and get your reputation. You've been busy and you've been working for a while now.
Yeah, I've been struggling all my life, but I enjoy it. You know, it's working hard. It's what I love to do, and I do it the best I can. And I believe if you work real hard, you can get whatever you want. It's just, and I also don't wait for opportunities to come to me.
Have there been times where you thought maybe this isn't what I should be doing, or this is what I'm going to end up doing, and then something spurred you on?
See, I never got into this business as a business. I got into it because I loved acting, and I wanted to be the best I could be. So I never even thought I was going to have a career. I just did this, and I was going to do it till I died, for better or for worse, and have another job on the side, you know. And then out of that, things came unexpectedly, you know.
Well, that's good, and you apparently are doing very well. You've been extended twice.
That's right, twice. You know, Chicago's been a great city, man. I'm telling you. The Latin turnout to the theater has been incredible. It's like 50%, and that's huge. Everybody in the theater's going, this is unbelievable, and I was real proud of that.
You're going to be in town until March 1st. So didn't that ruin your plans to go back home and everything else?
It didn't ruin my plans, but, you know, it'll be nicer to stay here for a little while, and then I'll go to New York, take a little break. I want to go to Puerto Rico for 4 days, and then I'm going to play to LA.
Have you been out and done some Chicago type things, or you just been stuck in a hotel and in this wonderful third coast place?
I went to the South Side once, and
Do you know anybody here, or are you just floating around on your own?
I just basically stay in my hotel, rest, go to the theater, prepare, do the show, eat, go home.
Oh, see, you got to go to a Bulls game if you can get tickets. But you're John Leguizamo, you got the music turned up. You got to go to, like you say, Second City. You need to go to a comedy club. You need to check out the skyline. You got to do stuff.
I don't have the time. Can't do it.
Well, when you're not doing your show, what are you doing during the day?
I'm just trying to relax. I can't talk too much to my voice because the show's too demanding on me. So I got to rest for the show for the night.
So you're just hanging out resting. Yep. That's interesting. So here's Chicago. It's snowing a little bit. Cabs everywhere. I bet your cabbies in New York are a lot crazier than here in Chicago, though.
Yeah, these guys like stop real fast. They don't talk back to you. They don't tell you to shut up, or they don't smoke in your face, or open up the windows when you're cold. And I don't just do stand-up joke thing like that. It's more like, I guess Richard Pryor was kind of like that sometimes. He would tell these little long stories and he'd become these characters. I think it's more in that tradition.
Now with some of these characters, she's not a hooker, is she? Is she? But she's not a female, is she?
Transvestite.
You know, I didn't know that. I found out when she told me. Herman told me it was a transvestite, and it's not.
Well, I
thought it was a girl.
Can't let you go to the clubs now, can we? You know what you take home.
It'd be like Crocodile Dundee when he went in there and he reached to see if it was a man or woman. The reason I ask is because based on that performance, there were some things that were kind of editorial, I thought. You know, it's observational comedy and it's fun stuff at times, but it seems as if some of the things that you do on stage in some way, shape, or form have been shaped by what you've actually experienced.
Well, I wasn't a transvestite, man.
No, but
I mean, yeah, most of the stuff in the show is things that I've observed, that I've seen happen, you know, some things that happened to me personally, things from family. And I always take what I've experienced in life and put it on the stage, because it means something to me. If it didn't mean anything, why I'd be wasting my time?
Well, see, that was my point. Some of the stuff that you saw in that HBO special is stuff that is true to life, even though it may have been exaggerated a little bit. But again, I'm reminded of the guy behind bars. that was like an editorial piece. At least in my opinion, it was more than just a skit.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that piece came about because I was watching the special on Channel 13 on immigration thing, and I saw these poor Mexicans coming across in these cars, loaded in the back of the trunk. They pay this guy all their life savings to come for this American dream, and the guy sells them back to the coyotes, the guys who the cops, and they turn them right back in and take all their money. It's just such a big scam, and these people just come in here to work and do decent things, you know, revitalize this country. And I was really hurt by that, you know.
And then, of course, there's a dude called Loco. Is that another little real life experience?
Yeah, kind of. It was. I mean, yeah. All right.
You can expand on that. You can tell us how your first experience was and everything.
Why should I though?
Because it's radio, and there's so many people interested in John Leguizamo's life. And
shit, they're not gonna get it out of me.
I was just curious because, again, looking at it, it's very possible that that's something that actually could have happened. I mean, you gave it some dramatic twist, but again, something that actually could have happened.
It could have happened. Absolutely. I'm not gonna tell you if it did or didn't. That's for you people to ponder over. But I mean, when I was 13, I was crazy like that, running around the streets, the box in your hand, going to the park, playing handball and basketball till the day drops. Yeah, going crazy.
Where actually are you from?
Queens, Jackson Heights.
So you are from New York. We were investigating your last name a little while ago. What is your background?
I'm half Colombian, half Puerto Rican.
Colombian. See, we thought it was Cuban for some reason or another. And you know what? It was probably because of that talk show guy. We thought he was Cuban.
He is Cuban.
But you're not.
No, I'm not Cuban.
It's that talk show guy.
It's the talk show guy. And the guy in the bars is Mexican. The little kid was Puerto Rican. There was another character in the show that you didn't see on HBO, which was Colombian. And there was a Peruvian guy too. I mean, there was a whole cast of different characters.
How did you develop your style of comedy? Again, not something that you normally see. It is not stand-up. Did you actually have to go out and go to school, or I mean, it's just something you just started writing things down and developing these characters? You know, it is serious acting. It is not just telling jokes.
Well, I was mostly an actor first. I mean, I've been studying since I was 17 years old, for 10 years to all different schools, Strasberg Institute in New York, Herbert Berghoff Studios in New York. I mean, I studied all my life. And the writing came out because...
And I need to point out, too, that you wrote and performed everything in the piece on HBO, and I believe you also do the same for Spic O Rama?
Yep, I wrote that, too, and performing it. And I'm working with the same director I did before, too. And he's helped me develop the stuff a lot, to cut it, fix it. What were we talking about?
Your style of comedy.
Oh, style of comedy. I guess it comes from just the fact that I'm an actor first. And that's why the acting is so important for me in the pieces. Instead of just being stand-up guy telling jokes, I got to put some acting into it because it's something I love first,
Volar, volar sin miedo, como palomas libres, tan libres como el viento, y vivir.